Lions News Fan Report is back with a complete, in-depth, and no-holds-barred analysis of the ninth simulated draft summary for the Detroit Lions for the 2025 NFL Draft. And before anything else, ask yourself this: what truly makes a team go from almost there to becoming champions? It's not just the quarterback. It's not just the coach. Sometimes it's that one perfect pick in the draft, that name that, at the right time, fits perfectly into a machine that's already in motion. In this video, we're taking you on a complete journey, from the foundation of the Lions' needs to the most promising possibilities in the draft, with a special focus on a growing speculation. Could Tyler Booker be confirmed as the Lions' pick in the first round? If that happens, what would the immediate and long-term impact be? Stick with me until the end because today's analysis is a must-watch. The draft is where franchises write their destiny. For the more attentive fan, it's already clear that the Lions are approaching a turning point. Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes' project has yielded results faster than many imagined. The culture has changed. The locker room now breathes competitiveness and discipline. But as with any rebuild, no matter how successful, there comes a time when it's no longer about surviving. It's about competing at the highest level. It's about consolidating the team's DNA and building a roster with depth, resilience, and talent in every inch of the field. And within this logic, the 28th overall pick in the 2025 draft could be the key piece needed to solidify this next phase. Let's face it, the Detroit Lions already have a solid offensive line, with pillars like Frank Ragnow and Penei Sewell. But with the imminent departure of some key pieces and the natural aging of certain players, the depth of the OL becomes a real concern. The NFL is a brutal league. Injuries happen. And when your success depends directly on protecting the quarterback and having success in the running game, the offensive line must be completely reliable at all times. That's why the name Tyler Booker has been coming up so strongly. He wouldn't just be a reinforcement. He would be an extension of the mentality that the team has been cultivating since 2021. Physical, disciplined, and dominant. Booker's story at Alabama speaks for itself. Playing on the left side of the line, he faced some of the most aggressive front sevens in college football. He stood out not just for his physical strength, but for his intelligence in reading blitzes, adjusting his body, and maintaining pocket integrity. This is no small thing. We're talking about a player who has already played at a professional level in terms of his system and performance. And if there's one thing Brad Holmes values in the draft, it's tactical maturity and technical readiness. Now let's imagine for a moment a scenario where Tyler Booker is officially confirmed as the Detroit Lions' new guard. The impact would be immediate. He would step right into the starting role, possibly on the right side of the line, replacing Kevin Zeitler. And even if he didn't start right away, his presence would bring something that most NFL teams struggle to find: quality depth. This gives the team greater flexibility to adjust schemes, alternate formations, and protect the quarterback more creatively. With Booker, the Lions' offensive line could become even more versatile, more aggressive, and more unpredictable. And speaking of the quarterback, let's talk about Jared Goff. We know he had a good season, but protection is absolutely crucial for him to continue performing at a high level. Booker is the kind of player who doesn't just block, he imposes respect. He holds off defenders, buys time, keeps the pocket clean. This translates into more precious seconds for Goff to find his receivers, extend plays, and reduce the risk of turnovers. In other words, Booker's presence would not only elevate the offensive line but also enhance the entire offensive system, from the quarterback to the wide receivers. By the way, it's worth mentioning that other names are also being speculated, such as Emeka Egbuka, Luther Burden III, Michael Williams, and even defenders like Kenneth Grant and Shamar Stewart. And yes, all of them bring talents that can make your eyes shine. But there's a silent truth in football that few people openly discuss. Games are won and lost in the trenches. It doesn't matter how good your QB or receivers are if he's running for his life every snap. And that's why the offensive line has to be a top priority. Even more so when we look at the division. The NFC North is heating up. The Packers are investing in youth, the Vikings have an explosive offense, and the Bears are trying to build an elite defense. In this context, the Lions need to be not only competitive but dominant. And for that, every draft pick has to be precise and strategic. Booker could be exactly that piece to ensure that, even in the toughest games, the Lions can dictate the pace and style of the match. And let's talk about the human side too. Booker is a natural leader. Respected in the Alabama locker room, he's known for his work ethic and on-field communication. This is not just a detail. A strong offensive line is one that communicates well and works as a unit. Having a player who leads by example, keeps focused during practices, and learns the playbook quickly is an asset that doesn't show up on the stat sheet but makes a massive difference in a team's performance over 17 weeks or more. And if we're projecting this long-term, Booker could become one of the cornerstones of the franchise. That kind of player who signs the contract extension down the line because he's become indispensable. And that kind of player doesn't come around every year. That's why, if the Lions have the chance to select him, they should do it without hesitation. Of course, the draft is unpredictable. Another team could trade up to grab Booker before the Lions can. An unexpected talent could fall to the 28th pick and change the plans. But based on the current scenario with the information available and the style Detroit is adopting, confirming Tyler Booker would be a surgical move. A safe step toward consolidating the team's identity. And let's go further. Booker could be the name that echoes in the coming years as one of the key pieces that help take the Lions to the playoffs consistently. It's about that. It's not just about drafting talent. It's about drafting the right piece at the right moment for the right system. And Tyler Booker today seems to be exactly that. Now I want to know from you, passionate fan, what do you think about this potential pick? Would Booker be the right choice, or would you bet on another position? Go ahead and comment below, and let's open this debate together, as we always do here on Lions News Fan Report. If you like this deep dive into the draft and want to keep up with all the behind-the-scenes details, technical analyses, rumors, and moves involving our beloved Detroit Lions, don't forget to leave a like, share this video with your NFL-obsessed friend, and of course, subscribe to the Lions News Fan Report channel. Here, you'll continue to get the best football content with that touch of passion and intelligence you deserve. Because the draft is coming, and we're going to follow every step, every pick, every name announced together as the true community we are. See you in the next video. Go Lions!